You ever notice how almost everyone who starts day trading sounds the same? Same excitement, same confidence, same belief that this is finally the thing that's going to change their life. And then a few moments later, they're gone. Not because they weren't smart, not because they didn't have good information, but because they never realized that becoming a profitable trader isn't about learning the market. It's about really becoming a different person. And that happens in levels, not skill levels, but identity levels. And if you can figure out which level you're in right now, you can see exactly why you're stuck and what has to change to move forward. Because every consistent trader you've ever seen has quietly passed through these same 5 levels. They don't just talk about it. Level 1, the excited gambler. This is where almost everyone starts. You kind of just discovered day trading. Charts look exciting, candles look predictable. People are on YouTube just making it look easy. Discords are calling out every win in a matter of seconds, minutes. And you're thinking, I finally found it. Like, I finally found a thing. And you're glued to the screen all day. You're watching every single tick. You're taking trades constantly. You're not even really trading. You're just basically participating. You think more trades means more opportunity. You think screen time equals experience. You think you're active, you're progressing, but you're not. You're gambling with extra little steps. You don't know it yet, but you're just obsessed with the action, not truly execution of the trade. The market teaches you very quickly that excitement is expensive. The level is painful. You overtrade, you revenge trade, you chase, your size is too big, you give back wins, and you keep telling yourself, I just need to dial in a little bit. But level 1 really has no purpose. It's just there to humble you. Level 2, the strategy collector. This is where people think they're getting serious. You stop being reckless and start being educated. Now you're studying, you're learning supply and demand, you're learning ICT, scalping, options, futures, price action, and then maybe some indicators. You start actually saving screenshots of charts. You start talking in trading terminology. You feel a little bit smarter, but you're still not consistent. So what do? You blame the strategy. You think, maybe this isn't the right system for me. So you switch again and again and again and again and again and again and again. And you think profitability lives inside a method. You think there's a way to look at the chart that will just make everything click. But what you don't realize, every strategy you tried could have worked. You just didn't. Level 2 is where you learn a real truth, a brutal truth, that strategy was never the problem. It was always you. Level 3, the emotional realization. This is where something shifts. You start noticing patterns, not in the chart, but really in yourself. You notice you always lose after a win. You notice you might take trades when you're bored. You enter early because you're afraid to miss it, or you hold losers longer than winners. And for the first time, you really stop asking yourself, what's the market doing? And you start asking yourself, what am I doing? This is usually where journaling begins. You might have journaled in the past, but this is where the real journaling begins. This is where you really start seeing your behavior on paper. And it's low key uncomfortable because now you can't blame the strategy. You can't blame the market. You see, every bad trade really is up to you, and it's because of you. And this level is really dangerous, but in a different way, because awareness feels like progress. You think, okay, I see the problem now, I'll fix it. But you don't, because knowing you're impatient doesn't suddenly just make you patient. Knowing you FOMO doesn't just suddenly make you not FOMO. Level 3 teaches you that psychology matters more than strategy, but you still don't know how to control it yet. Level 4, the process trader. This is where real change starts to actually happen. You stop trying to win trades and you start to actually follow rules. You have defined setups, you have defined risk, and you know exactly what you're allowed to trade. And for the first time, you actually stop trading. You sit through an entire session and take nothing, and it doesn't bother you. You don't feel the need to be involved anymore. You start reviewing trades weekly. You start grading yourself based on execution, not profit. And you begin thinking, did I follow my plan? Instead of thinking, did I make money? And this is the level where small consistency starts to actually show up. Not because you got better at reading charts or you found some holy grail indicator, but because you got better at controlling yourself and controlling your emotions. You realize discipline creates consistency. Discipline creates consistency. And there's still one level above this. And this is where few people make it. This is where very few people make it. Level 5, the professional. This is where trading still feels emotional, but you learn to deal with the emotions. And this isn't some magic switch that happens randomly one day, but because outside things, your life has been structured, you sleep well, you have routines, you're not stressed outside of trading, you're not chasing money, you don't need desperate wins. You protect your mental capital like it's part of your freaking account balance. You trade less and somehow you make more. You think more in probabilities and you start to think more in months or in years, not days. You don't need motivation to trade. You don't need hype. Actually, you prefer not to be hyped. You don't need someone calling out plays because you trust yourself. And here's the truth nobody talks about. You cannot reach level 5 if your life outside of trading is chaotic. If you're stressed, you're undisciplined, you have no structure, your sleep is bad, your habits are bad, your trading will always reflect that and it will always be off. Because trading amplifies who you are and what you have going on in your situation. When you look at these 5 levels, you realize something. Most traders are stuck at level 2 forever. Some reach level 3 and stay there for years. A few people make it to level 4, and almost nobody talks about making it to level 5. Because level 5 isn't about trading anymore. It's about becoming the kind of person who can trade consistently. So if you're frustrated with your results, don't ask what strategy do you need. Ask what level are you in? Because the market isn't blocking your progress, it's literally you. And the moment you start working on the right level, trading starts getting a lot quieter, a lot calmer, and a lot more consistent. And that's when you realize becoming a profitable trader was never about learning the market. It was about growing through the levels until you became someone that the market can't shake.